Hey, my shoulder's sort of fixed. It just, right now, it feels sore if I bend it in certain ways. It's a little bit crunchy, but then all my muscles are slightly crunchy. And yeah, if I sleep on it wrong, it feels like someone gave me a dead arm, like yesterday, so it's just aching a little. But other than that, I'm almost back to full health, yay! Which got me thinking, how close are we to achieving the goals I set out in January for Nukezilla? So, I pulled up my, look, I can do things like this with my arm. And it's like, and sorry, I was going to say for anyone who didn't see last week's video blog, but why would you be watching this one and not last week? Anyway, so on the 9th of January this year, I set out 3 goals. Good, that's 3. For this year for Nukezilla. And I'm not going to read them out in the order that I put them there because it doesn't make sense from what I'm going to say. Anyway, point number 2 was 2 or more full-time staff members. How close are we with that? Very close. These goals were meant to be like fairly heady, but Nukezilla will have 1 full-time member of staff at some point. Now the reason I can't be more specific than that is the way this works is a few months ago I took Nukezilla's finance and I basically merged it with my own. Because I wanted to upgrade all our servers, so I took responsibility for it, which means I get all the ad money now, all the literal dollars of ad money. I'm a greedy capitalist pig, I know you understand. But it means that I can now buy nice things for the site, basically using my own money, investing myself. So right now, I'm a freelance web designer, I'm self-employed, I work in that chair for most of the day. I'm working full-time for one client and I'm working overtime for another. I'm quite well paid. And the reason I'm telling you all this is what I'm doing is I am saving up. So when my work eventually dries up, which I thought would be like now, but it looks like it's not going to dry up for another few months because I'm so pro, then I will have enough money to invest in Nukezilla so that Nukezilla can then pay me to work for at least 1 year, potentially 2. So I can live comfortably like this and be working for Nukezilla full time. That plan is done. The only thing holding it back is the fact that I keep earning more money. So if for every month that I work now, I'm saving enough so that I can pay myself 2 months of Nukezilla work. So if I say spend the next 4 months, which is the rest of the year, working, then that gives me 8 months extra of someone working for Nukezilla full time. Now the clever thing here is I'm not working full time and then getting my money back. I'm saving up the money first so that next year, maybe 2013 or 2012, 2013, geez, that's like 2 years away. But whenever this work stops, there will then be enough money. There is currently enough money. There are plans for there to be enough money for me to work on Nukezilla full time. Hey! And that's really nice because it means I can work full time and we can have no traffic. I could get rid of all the ads and the site will continue to have an engineer full time, an engineer, an editor-in-chief, a reviewer, whatever, full time for a year, perhaps 2 years, which gives us a really awesome advantage when we're starting. Not an advantage over other sites because they've got, money coming in, but that's that. I should probably explain also that the reason, that Prime is going slower as well, because at this point I did expect to be working for the site full time, so I could then code all the Prime stuff. That's, I guess, put on a back burner because it's more important for me to make money so that I can then work for you guys full time than actually get shit done. Where was I going with that? Oh, but plans are in place. There may be another engineer who, maybe Gavin, coming on to basically help make the Prime stuff happen faster, which is all pretty awesome. Whilst we're probably not going to get 2 or more staff writers, there is now a solid plan for 1 staff. There will be a member of staff, me, working on Nukezilla full time. And it's just whenever my work dries up, That's the point where I'll switch from doing freelance web design to doing freelance Nukezilla guy, but I'll have enough money saved up to do that. And the get out clause for those who like planning is that when I only have 3 months of funding left, I will then only put half my time into Nukezilla and half goes into other projects, unless I've got Nukezilla up to the point where it can earn me enough money to live, in which case I can then keep doing that forever. Yay! So this, yeah. And then the idea was 2 or more paid and all staff paid. Currently all staff can't be paid because we have no money, because it's my money. I mean, I could pay all the staff, but then in the long run, it wouldn't make sense for me to be investing all my money paying staff and not saving up for me to work full time so that I can then build more of a site. Because Nukezilla Prime is the business model we want. So, originally I planned to be working full time from like November, August, whatever. That's not going to happen. And so Prime is going to take longer, so our new business model, revenue, bullshit stuff will take longer. So all staff being paid isn't going to happen. However, Nukezilla does cover beer and insurance. So if you're going to an event and you want to cover it for Nukezilla, and we don't currently have someone going, we can't pay for your travel, we can't pay for your accommodation, we can't pay for your hardware. However, we can provide you with a fairly significant amount of drinking money and insurance on all of your gear. So, and this came about after a few people have gone to assorted events and had their shit nicked, and that's just not cool. So if you go and you take expensive hardware, find out what the insurance is, and then Nukezilla covers that, and then we give you beer to drink as like a hey, thank you very much. That's the way we're doing it, because that's basically all we can afford. Oh yeah, and 1 million page views per month. That's still possible. If Prime, let's see, we're in August now. Prime starts development proper, like, we move to the point where you can start tinkering it in like August. Moving into September, we're still tinkering with it. October, it then exists, it's a thing. I've got the caches like all sexified and you're all using it. And you're all like going on Reddit and Twitter and Facebook being all like, hey guys, check out my blog, it's awesome. And don't forget, with these Prime blogs, you choose whether to have adverts on it or not. So because I mean, you're paying. So it seems kind of dumb to pay for a service and then get adverts on it. But you can put adverts on there if you want. I mean, if you say Flanks started a webcomic, which I know she's planning on doing, she can choose to put adverts on there or not. Now, the nice thing is I can be very transparent here and say, well, actually I can't. I'm not allowed to tell you how much adverts actually pay us, but that's because it wobbles around. But basically, like, if Flanks' webcomic gets really, really popular, she can be like, oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna let Nukezilla earn a shitload of money from this and then turn on adverts, or maybe turn on adverts for like half the month or something like that. And then we get loads of money. But regardless, it's 1 million page views, not 1 million ad impressions. And that's possible. If by, say, late September, October, the Prime blogs are starting, then that, like, page views are kind of bullshit, because it's more about how much content you produce. An Adushin could just start a top 10 gaming tits in video games and we can't stop him. But, like, stuff like that just gets 1 million page views easy. And so there you go, 1 million page views. 1 million page views still on the table. And that's basically, 9 minutes, I best go now. That's basically everything. My arm is fixed. I'm feeling quite positive. I had a bit of a shit week last week because of arm and work and having to blah. But I'm off skating this afternoon. Leave questions for the NZ cast. Join in. Play Zombie Accountant. We're playing on the podcast as part of the Battle Drone. We're playing this really cool game. Do that. I'm going to go before this reaches 10 minutes because that's really fucking long, and I apologise for wasting all of your time. But there you go, that's like a general State of the Union thing. What are you up to today? What are you up to? Are you going skating? You should go skating. Go skating.